This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust an enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Shalom, shalom, Akim. Before I begin, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakurash. Okay, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who brew and teach well. Peace and salutations unto the elect, or hopeful elect. Okay, I'm the brother Gabaria Allah, coming at you with another lesson. And today's lesson is going to be a short one, a bit of a short one, but it says new bombshell report reveals that Biden officials delayed myocarditis risk linked to COVID vaccine. Okay, so pretty much the COVID vaccine was how do you call it, mandatory to pretty much take for everybody to take, to go back to your normal lives. Without the vaccine, you couldn't be able to do anything. You weren't able to buy stuff. You weren't able to go into stores. A lot of times, you without it, you couldn't go to school. Okay, quick testimony. During that time, during 2021, 2022. Okay, pretty much it was mandatory to take it. And on top of that, you had to take it, and also you had to submit proof of it to enter back to school. Okay, but the Lord, gave grace unto me, and eventually they removed that mandate, and all you had to do was wear a mask. Okay, but pretty much that's what happened. You needed to take it, for a lot of schools to enter back in, and another testimony, back in like 2022, I was with my woman, and we would go out, we try to go out to shop, and all the other stores, none of them accepted cash, not a single one. And I didn't have a bank account at the time, so you really couldn't buy nothing without cash. It's like without a credit card, without a card. And it's gonna be the same thing now. When 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 MLTB rolls around, you're not gonna be able to use cash. Cash is gonna be completely done away with. But anyhow, that disease is inflammation of the muscle. It says inflammation of the middle layer of the heart wall. It is usually caused by a viral infection. A severe case can weaken the heart, which can lead to heart failure, abnormal heartbeat, and sudden death. Symptoms include chest pain, abnormal heartbeat, and shortness of breath. All right, so these levels are making you take this. Okay, you had to take it, like I said, and it is now showing that his heart failure, or Biden's recent heart problems were linked to this vaccine. Okay, so it says Ecclesiastes 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 8. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. In the prosperity of a man's enemies will be grieved, but in his adversary, even a friend will depart. So verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Right? You are not meant to trust your enemy. Okay? And what does the scripture say? We always go back to Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the article reads, a new Senate report related on Wednesday by Senator Rob Johnson, RWIS, alleged that U.S. health officials were aware of myocarditis risk associated with COVID-19 vaccines, but delayed public warnings and downplayed the issue. the 55-page interim report obtained by Fox News Digital stems from Johnson's investigation as a chairman of the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations into Safety and Efficiency of COVID-19 Vaccines. Slack, bear with me, Baba Shah. Now this thing wanna bug out. But right, they was pretty much downplaying the COVID-19 seriousness of the vaccine, of taking it, of the issues. Okay. It says the report, based on 2,473 pages of record subpoenaed from the Department of Health and Human Services under the Trump administration, accuses Biden administration officials of withholding critical health information from both the public and the subcommittee. So, anybody who did take that jab, there's a lot of consequences that come with it. Okay. One of them could be heart failure. Of course, we know that this is not the MOTB. So, necessarily you're not doomed. If the Lord, somehow, have His mercy on you, then that jab really ain't gonna mean nothing. But at the end of the day, we know that the majority of the elect, or all of the elect, did not take that jab. Okay, it was not in your lot to take that jab. But it says, reading on in Ecclesiastes 12 and 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Right? So though he come up to you and act like he want to help and, say, take this and everything will go back to normal, you have to be aware of him. You have to really move circumspectly and understand what you're putting into your body. Okay? A lot of people were making fun of us, saying that we're conspiracy theorists and this, that, and the third. Well, they was very, very, very suspect with the jab. They was moving very suspect with the jab. Okay, they wouldn't tell you what's in it. Okay, they wouldn't, none of that. Okay, and really, you're not supposed to take any jabs, because you don't understand. We truly do not know what's in these jabs. Okay, it says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Right? Okay, it says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he take thy seat. Right? Okay, you don't want this. You don't want to put the medicine of this dude, in your body. It says, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Right? Okay, remember these words that the Lord, Yahweh, Bashim Hashai, through the Spirit, is giving you. This is really a warning. Okay? So, like we said, we understand that this is um, something they had to move with faith. Okay? We understand that it was a scary time to be around in those times, 2020. It's a scary time to be moving. But you had to have faith in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Hashai that He will save you out of that. So that's pretty much it, Hakim. Lord willing was edifying, Lord willing was uplifting, man. Have faith in the Lord. Everything gonna be good. Okay, so with that, Lord willing was edifying. Koho Lo Yahweh Bashim Hashai. Shalom.